What's with the lawsuit with Fat Beats about?
I can't talk about it.
You can't talk about it. All right.
But I can tell you this: the initial lawsuit, there's about to be another one. They have until tomorrow to give me what I asked for. Otherwise, there's going to be a new lawsuit that's huge. I did the deal with Stu Bangers and Capadonna for Third Chamber Grail Bars. In the deal, we agreed to take less upfront money to retain greater ownership and greater royalty of the record. It says in the contract, no third-party deals can be done without the express written consent of all parties, which would be, to say the least, me and Stu Bangers, me on behalf of myself and Capadonna, or me, Capadonna, and Stu. I find out that Stu does this deal with Fat Beat. And as soon as I find out about it, I write Fat Beat and I'm like, this can't happen without our express written consent. I later find out that no money had been spent yet. So it could have been as simple as just, oh, thank you, M80, for letting us know. We'll write a new contract. Now, that raised red flags for a few different reasons. One, Stu was entitled to keep 100% of the money up until a certain point because he was the investor in the record. So if I would have signed off on the Fat Beat deal, which of course I would have, like, I do business with Fat Beat. I've done many records with Fat Beat and never had issue. But I would have asked that we do the deal through my company with Fat Beats because I get 5% more on my records than Stu does in his deal. Makes sense, right? If I get 90% and you get 85, let's do it through Holy Theater Production. You can still have the advance money. You have to recoup. So those were some of the red flags in the onset. Then they thought I was kidding. They thought I was trying to be like Suge Knight and be like Stu's deal. And I'm like, that's not what I was doing at all. So then they keep proceeding with the album. And I tell them, I told you motherfuckers like 6 months ago, you can't do this deal. I have to sign off on it. Here's my contract. And that's when they're like, holy shit, we thought you were like trying to bluff us. I'm like, I don't do that. Like, what the fuck would I bluff you for? Like a few grand? So then they sign this addendum that allows Fat Beats to still release the album. But remember, they're a licensee. I own the record with Capadonna, and Stu owns it. So if you break it down, me and Cap own the vocals. Stu owns the beat. Okay? We get 60% of the revenue. He gets 40. So they have to pay us 60% from dollar one, from sale one, because Stu already took enough money to recoup the agreed upon amount in our contract. I know this might sound like a lot, but I'm hopefully you follow me, and hopefully the people at home can follow me. They sent us the master after we agreed upon this agenda. And I took it to the studio to listen to it. And my engineer was like, this is fucking dog shit. So for those of you at home that make music, when you master a project, the decibel level of each song has to be the same. Okay? It's not mixing. The master is every song is on the same like dB plane. Stu's version was all over the fucking place. So I sent it to Cap, and Cap's throwing a fucking fit. And he's like, fix it. So we made our own version, which is the 24 karat gold version. We added Capadonna talking over the 2 instrumental interludes, and I added this Wu-Tang Clan bonus song. Now, can you hold on for a minute? I'm going to tell you something. I've never shown anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. This is something I took into court. Here's the bag. I have not touched it since the court date. Okay. So this is Gravitas from King Crooked and Bronze Nazareth. This is the version Fat Beats put out. It's this black cover. Boom, boom, boom. Now, in Fat Beats' contract with me, they have the exclusive right to manufacture and release. I did this version. Fat Beats was like, yo, that's dope as shit. Can we buy some of those from you and sell? So I sell them to Fat Beats at wholesale. You clearly see the difference. Here's the alternate cover. Here's Fat Beats. Okay, that's one example. Here is the Horseman from Fat Beat. It is just a digipack. It is flat, and these cost $7 a piece to make. This is the Horseman with the embroidered cover. It's embossed, so the letters rise up. They bought these from me, like 100 of these. Okay. Again, it's against the contract of only having one version. This is the version of Canibus's One Step Closer to Infinity that Fat Beats released. And this is the alternate cover version I released. You could also buy this on the Fat Beats website, signed by Canibus. Just give me a couple more of these and then I'll continue my point. Here is Kaiju from Canibus that you could buy on the Fat Beats website. And here was the variant cover that I made. So again, all these are examples of where we made alternate versions and Fat Beats supported them. Okay? So this is the version of the Capadonna album Fat Beats releases. One, it has a dozen fucking Wu-Tang W's on it, and they never got RZA's permission. Two, it has no credits in here. None. Like, that's the biggest thing. Remember, I said me and Priest fell out because of the credits of the record, not money, credit.
Right.
And the master was shit. So we made this version. Here's all the credits. There are no Wu-Tang W's on here because I wasn't going to pay RZA a license fee. And the CD is a superior 24 karat gold versus the regular CD version, and mastered to Capadonna's liking. So when we launched these, Fat Beats is like, we want the digital and we want physical. Like, we'll sell them all and account for you. So just like with the rest of these products, okay, all these I showed you and more. Okay, I will let you have the digital and I'll give you 100 CDs, 30 signed and 70 for $3,000. And you pay the money to Capadonna and then I have to recoup it. They said no. They're like, we want it for free or not at all. Okay, well, you made that choice, so you don't get it. Then I go and release it. And they were trying to say in court that because I did that, I violated the agreement, the terms of our addendum. And that's where we're stuck at right now. But there's a lot of other things said, and we made sure to keep track of all the lies. And so if Fat Beats doesn't write me back tomorrow with terms favorable to what me and so my clients that they also owe money to have asked for, then we're going to have to essentially have a new lawsuit that's for fraud. And in Joe's lawsuit, it said that I was cut from the label because none of my records were profitable, but Fat Beats sold. And since then, they have new owners with new legal counsel. And guess what? Can you take a guess?
What?
Every single one of my records that's come out on Fat Beats is in profit. All my records are in profit. So you owe me that money. And there's a dozen other records that I have a profit interest in. And I need 3 years of those accountings and money. They want me to sign off that after they pay me, that I will agree to terminate my pre-existing contract. I have artists under contract whose careers have been held up for 2-3 years. In fact, a couple of these artists have died. And these are all things I'm willing to consider. And I know they know I'm writing the book. So they clearly don't want me shit talking them in the book. I can tell you this, the very first page of my book is something Joe, the former president of Fat Beats, said under oath in trial. It was too good not to put in the book. It's the greatest thing ever.
I feel like you play chess, bro.
Someone else said that to me, but the answer is not in this instance. I really, if Fat Beats owes Capadonna 20 grand, at most I get like 4 grand of it. So in this potential new lawsuit, they owe money to Hus Kingpin. It's in writing. They owe money to Cap, even though they're going to claim they don't. They owe money to Crook, and they might owe money to Chino family. And I said, if you do, because again, all the Reconstruction vinyls sold out, right? So you gave us 4 grand. You did those vinyls. They all sold out. There's clearly money. I told them, just give that to the family. I don't even give a fuck who you give it to, but don't give it to me. They owe people money. And I just want my people to have the shit. So I literally, in this last email I sent 2 days ago, listed, if you give me this amount of money, I will pay all these people. and I will sign off for all these people. So not only can I will not shit talk you, but they can never bring suit against you. Um, I think they'd be moronic not to give me exactly what I asked for, but they clearly know I'm serious about suing. And they know that Joe lied and they know all this shit. So, but I'm going to let them dictate what happens. But my attorney, we spoke 2 days ago, is super gung ho about the new lawsuit.